Good morning, children. In our history chapter Women, Caste and Reform, we will learn about some old practices that used to happen in India before our independence and mostly before 18th century. Nowadays, we can see that girls from middle class, even from lower class also, families, they go to school, they open study with boys, and boys and girls are growing up togetherly. They go to colleges, universities, take up jobs and marries the person whoever they want. Now caste systems and other community systems are has been become loose, so that people can become more and more independent and women can have their rights also. But it was not like that before 200 years ago when we were in colonial rule. But the colonial masters, there are always good and bad points of something. The colonial masters have tortured the savages of Indians, the natives of Indians, but they have reformed so many things along with the help of some Indian philosophers and thinkers who were very much human in nature. They used to help the people of that time. Especially women were not that good in ancient India. Women, like all men, now can put vote and stand for elections, but that was not the system before 200 years ago. It was very difficult for a girl to take education, because it was believed that if a girl take education, then after marriage she will not get a boy, a good person to get married, and maybe after marriage the lady can be become widow also. Women and lower class people used to live under the burden of social restrictions. Like women were deprived from education, they were also the scapegoats under some bad social norms like sati norm. In sati norm, women whose husband had died, the person becomes widow and had to be burned alive with the fire of her husband. So that was a very bad norm. Not only within men and women there were differences, there were so many social differences amongst the people of a region depending upon caste and religions. Brahmins and Kshatriyas considered themselves as the upper classes because they were near to the god. God has created the Brahmins. It was the belief that time. And after that, Kshatriyas were created by God to protect the earth. That's why Brahman and Kshatriyas were the upper classes. They were used to the people who had all the respects in the society, and they were the upper caste people. After that, at the third position, there were money lenders and businessmen who were called Vaishyas. The Vaishyas used to have the third position according to caste in society because they used to deal with money, but they had some importance because they were the money lenders and they were the main businessmen in the society. So money flow was in the hand of them. They had to go to across the seas and oceans. That's why they were that time called Vaishyas, and they were only the third class people. Under them there were the Shudras. The Shudras people had to serve for the three upper castes who were above them. The Shudras were considered to be the pollution for the society. They were the potters, the weavers, the shoemakers, and the workers in family households. The Shudras has had no right to work in the common place, like they had no right to take water from the common pond, and they had no right to go to the place where the upper caste people come. They had no right to religious to perform religious norms. They had no right to worship any god. These were the system for the Shudras. They had no right to education also. So the women and Shudras people, they were under the burden of many religious norms. Their lives had become intolerable because they had no values in the society. They had no rights in the society. But when there was the colonial rule, people came to know about some upper class people who had the right to education. They came to know about the culture that is and the norms that is being followed in other countries. They raised their voice against the torture of Brahmins, Kshatriyas over the Shudras and especially the women of the society, because the women are the mothers of children, so they can teach the best to their children. No, if the women are being illiterate in a society, then in the country a vast section will remain illiterate. That's why the thinkers and philosophers of that time, they could think that if women literacy can be done, if women are entering education, then their tortures also will reduce. They will themselves understand that no such Gita or Bhagavad, no such religious books are telling about to torture the women or the Shudras. Our religious books and ancient good books, they are not telling us to make segregation in the society, and our books are always telling us about to be secular. So that time, over 19th and 20th century, many things come into changes, and it was started in the early 19th century. We can see that that time we had great persons amongst us like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Jyotiba Phule, Pandita Ramabai, Begum Rokeya Sakhawat Hussain. Like those people helped a lot to make reform in our Hinduism, and they explained Hinduism in new manner, in new ways. That's why there were severe changes and radical changes in our society.